channel. Welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to be doing an oil and filter change on an Astra J. This is the, I think it's the GTC, as you can see. And like I says, what we're going to be doing today is changing the oil filter. Now your oil filter is located just here, as you can see, just at the bottom of this pipe just here. What I'm going to be using to crack that there is actually a 24mm socket on a swivel with a short extension bar. So just before we do that, before you come to the bottom, just here, your sump plug is located just there, and it is a Torx, that's what it looks like. It is a Torx 45, a T45. So we'll just put that on there, crack it, let the oil drain out. Once it drains out, wipe it, check the washer and put it back on. So I have already cracked it, but it's going to be a bit awkward because I am doing it with one hand. So as you can see, so just put that to one side, put your bucket, that's the bucket I'm using, the oil dry pan, located just under your sump. Probably going to get oil on my hand here, but still. There you go. So once it's like that, just let go, and there you go. Like I say, it is important you check the rubber washer on these. I will wipe it and check it. If it needs replacing, I'll replace it. So what we'll do now is just let that drain. There you go. So I'm just going to let that drain now, and while it's draining I'm actually going to go to the top and undo the oil filter housing. So I'll be back with you once I'm at the top. Right, so hopefully you can see that okay. So what I'm going to be doing now is just cracking the oil filter. Like I says, it's the 24mm. There you go. I'm actually using a swivel and a short extension bar. I do apologise about my hand being in the way, but it's just, this is the best shot I can get you, unfortunately. Right, so now that's off. Now these will drip a little when you pull it out. That's why I've got the cloth underneath it. And I've actually got my catch tray ready to actually stick it in as well, just there. Now that's the actual filter. That's what the filter looks like. And all we have to do now is just remove the filter, and all we do by that is just get the filter and actually pull, and as you can see the filter pulls right off, and that's the part there what locks into the bottom of that round circle of the cap just there. Now, so we'll get that, we'll just put that to one side because we don't need that. Now on these you will actually have a rubber seal just there, as you can see. Now I do recommend you change these as well. You do get a new one which is in the box. This is a Madden filter one. If you're interested in the number, there it is just there. And that's your new filter. Like I says, all you have to do is just make sure it's that part and just push it in. But I'm not going to do it yet because I'm going to be changing the rubber seal. Now to change the rubber seal, all I use is something like a pick, like that. And all I do is just get underneath it. Like that, as you can see, and then it just comes straight off like that. All you have to do is get your new one, put your new one over, pull it in the groove. Once you pull it in the groove, pull it on like that. Make sure when you roll it down it's all the way on, so it's bedded all the way into the seal, the groove where it goes all the way round. Now I do recommend you get a bit of oil and rub it all the way around here as well. So all we'll do is just use the bit what we've got in the cap and just rub it all the way around like that. There you go, like that, just so when you tighten it back up it helps it. So what we do is get our new one, like I said, just push it in, you'll actually hear it clip in. There you go, it's actually clipped in. That's what it looks like from the bottom. And then what we're going to be doing now is putting the oil filter back in. These are 25 Newton meters, if you can see just there. I don't know whether you can. Right, so let's get this back in. Right, hopefully you can see that. This is the best angle I can get, unfortunately. So all we do, like I say, just get it, push it back in. Always tighten it up by hand. Once you're satisfied, have a good look from the side here so you can see the threads evenly as it's going in. Get your socket. There you go. Okay, so as you can see, our oil has stopped. So let me just set the camera back up. Okay, so what we're going to be doing now is just push the drip pan to one side, oops, just like that. Hopefully you can see that. Now, just here underneath on the sump, it does tell you, I don't know whether I'll be able to get you a shot of it. If you look just there, you'll see 14 Newton meters for the sump nut. So let me just set you back up. Hopefully you can see that. When you put these in, it is important you put them in by hand, exactly as I'm doing. As you can see, it's going in nice and smooth, not hard or sticking as I'm sticking it in, as you can see. So tighten it all the way up as much as you can with your fingers, and then what I'll do is use a torque wrench. Now, as you can see on the torque wrench, I don't know whether you can see, 14 Newton meters. Like I says, this is a T45. That's what it looks like. I will put it in the video as well on the screen. So what we do, this is a click torque wrench, so as soon as you get to its setting, you'll actually hear it or feel it, it'll go click. So just nip that up now. There you go. Don't know whether you can hear that, but you can hear it clicking. That's it. You don't need to tighten it no more. If you cross thread these, then you're in big trouble. And I do think that is a good idea from Vauxhall, where they actually pull it on the sump nut as well, or bolt, and you can actually see it. So what we'll do now is wipe it. We'll just keep that under there. We'll put the oil in. Once we put the oil in, we'll come and have a look at it to see if there's any leaks anywhere. Once we start, so we pull a bit of oil in first. Once we pull a bit of oil in, we'll come back down and we'll actually have to have a look to see if it's leaking. So just bear with me and I'll set you back up on the top. Okay, so the oil we're using is this one here, as you can see. Not a sponsor, 5W30, and as you can see, GM DX1, and this is, like I says, it's a 15 plate Astra, but like I says, if you put your registration number into something like Euro car parts or something, your oil will come up anyway, or look in your Ainge manual or your Ainge book or your manual what comes with the car, you should get it there as well. So what I'm going to be doing now is just sticking a little bit in at a time. So I'll just use your funnel. Hopefully you can see that. I've pulled the dipstick out a little bit. Okay, so all loaded now. Now I'll put a bit in. I'll just pull the dipstick out and check the dipstick, see how far this is on the dipstick. So I'll just pull your dipstick out, wipe it, and if you see these marks here on the dipstick, where you're looking for is just half or just past the half, you can take it to the full as well. You can do that, but these are what you're looking for. So that one's your max, that's your middle, and that's your minimum. So as you can see, pull it out, wipe it, push it back in, pull it out, and as you can see, you just check your dipstick, and you can just see just a bit there now on the bottom coming up, so we'll stick some more in. There you go, you can actually see what we've stuck in at the moment. I'm just gonna let it settle for a minute or two and then check it again. So pull your dipstick, wipe it with an old rag, push it in. It is important when you're doing this as well, and you're changing your oil and checking it, as that it's on level ground as well. That is important. So there you go. As you can see now, if you look, you can see just there, that's where the oil is. So once we put some more in, as you can see, it starts going up the dipstick to its proper level. There you go. I'll just leave that for a minute and then I'll check it again. Just pull the dipstick now and check it, wipe it, push it back in, pull it back out, and there you go. That's exactly what you're looking for right there. As you can see, the oil is right up to that mark there, which is max. That's fine now, because once you start the car up, some will go into the oil filter housing, and then leave your engine running for like 2 or 3 minutes, then turn it off, let your car settle for a couple of minutes, then check it again, and then if it needs topping up, just add a little bit more and check it again. So I'm just going to be leaving mine like that now. That's it, I'm happy with that. Get the top, put the top on. Now like I says, I'm just going to start the car up. I want to start the car up for a couple of minutes, 3-4 minutes, and then I'll check it again. So as you can hear, I've actually started the car up. I'm just checking down there by the oil filter housing, just around here, just to see if I can see any leaks. Where my finger is, just there. There ain't no leaks. If you come under the car, if you have a look under the car, let me just get you off this. If you look under there, where the oil sump is, you can actually see there's no leaks. So there you go. So I'll turn it off, check the level, I'll turn it off, I'll check the level. Once I've checked the level, that's it. So once I've done that, I'll be back with you. Right, so we've let it sit for 3 minutes, 4 minutes now. So I'm just going to pull the dipstick back out, wipe it, push it back in, pull it back out, check the level, and there you go. As you can see, the oil has dropped. So all you have to do is add a bit more oil, top it up a little bit more. I mean, there is fine as well, but if you want to put a little bit more into the top one, that's it. But that's your max one, and that's it. And that's all there is to changing your oil and oil filter on a Vauxhall Astra. Like I says, this is a 15 plate. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to the channel, liking and sharing for future videos. I am actually going to be leaving it there now and stop waffling on, and until next time, I'll catch you in another one.